already? You're already freaking out? Stop. You need to calm down immediately. You cool? All right. So, oh, that's why. Why isn't this working? That's better. Let's see. That's not bad. Oh man, that fit the screen. I'm wide. I look wide. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Pardon me while I'm setting stuff up here. Looks like there's somebody. Somebody showed up. Hey, that's what I was looking for. Or is that just me? It is a mess back here. Oh well. Have to deal with it, I guess. Shoot, you know what? I need my phone. If there's someone in the chat, can you that number that might just be me. Hi. How's it going? Who's ever hanging around? And I'm upside down. Neat. There we go.
Hi, I'm Bixby.
Okay. All right, can you all hear me okay? By you all, I mean one, maybe two people. Uh-oh. Hey, Pop. It's time to dive in. Okay, I need you to be calm, dog. I need you to be calm. Can I get that? All right. I just sent out a couple of Facebook and Instagram. Hey, we're live. We'll get started here in just a sec. This isn't. We're looking at a lot of numbers tonight. By no means am I the authority on the best way to decide when one should get a book graded. I'm just going to go through what I do. I'll be honest. It's half numbers, half heart. Sometimes I'll grade something even if potentially it's at a loss, if it's just something I want graded for me. And just because I not as a speculation or anything in the future, just something that I might want graded for myself. Hey, Wendigo, you need to chill out. This isn't gonna work. You're gonna stress me out. And definitely don't eat my socks. So it begins. So it begins. Well, as I kind of figured, this probably isn't everyone's cup of tea. So I'm just gonna go. And if you have any questions or anything on what I'm doing, by all means, go ahead and speak up. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do what I would be doing if it was just me, um, talking aloud during the process as well, because that is I do that too. I talk things out. So it will probably be, if everyone's gonna be quiet, then it's gonna be pretty much just me, what I do normally. Um, all right. So I've identified a number of books, and this is gonna take me a while, but I've identified a total of 40 books that I'm considering sending off to be graded. I probably won't do all of them, but these are just things that I think might benefit from that potentially. So I'm going to fill the spreadsheet out and see where it goes. Have them all alphabetical. The spreadsheet I think is fairly nice, at least for what I'm trying to do. Have obviously the title here, the number, the significance, the grade column. This is what sort of I hope it to be. What I hope to get the grade back. It's basically what I have the book graded as now. Even though that I will go ahead and work on the book, I will clean it and press it if necessary. I don't. Hey, knock it off. Wendigo was already being an absolute pain. Um, I don't. So if I have this book, let's say this, I have a 6.0, and I haven't done any work on it, and it might bring it up to a 6.5, 7, or something, whatever. I don't actually do that in my evaluation because likely I'm already estimating high, right? So if I look over a book and I grade it, and I give it a certain grade based upon what I see, if I miss anything, anything that I miss is only going to bring down the grade further, right? You don't miss like some sort of like little tear or interior thing or spine tick or something like that. If I miss something when I'm evaluating the book, anything I miss is going to make it go lower. I'm not going to accidentally not see a Stanley signature on it that makes it go higher, right? There's nothing on it that I could miss that makes it a better book. I can really only overgrade. So keeping that in mind, I think the fair trade-off is uh, keeping the grade as what I think it is as it stands, even if I might go ahead and work on it, press it, what have you. All right. So, and this is the value that I think it is at that grade raw. And then these are the numbers here and here that I have to fill out. So I want to look and see what, if I do get it graded, um, what the value is going to be. And I'll go to both eBay and look up stuff there, and also I'll go to Go Collect and see what they have. Out of those two things, I will set a prospected value. So this will be a combination of um, eBay and Go Collect. Maybe not be the average of the two. It kind of depends what we see. If Go Collect says something is $100, and then there's 10 auctions on eBay that says $150, I'm going to lean more towards what eBay says because it's heavily leaning towards that. Wendigo, this cannot happen right now. Knock it off. So that's what I'm hoping it would be valued at after it's graded. This gives the gross increase pretty easy. It's just what the prospective value is minus the current value. But then, as always, there's a cost to grading. So I put what the cost of grading is in there to then calculate the net increase, which is then going to be the increase minus the grade cost. There's other things in those packing materials, and there's shipping and all of that. That's getting a little bit too finite, I think. Like I don't have time for that. It's the same thing as when I am buying stuff online, buying stuff from eBay and whatnot. I don't count shipping. It's like that's just the cost of internet transactions or distance transactions. So it's just the price you pay. So this percent, this will be, so you notice that this is negative 550, right? Because the value is this. So it's prospective value, which is currently 0, minus 550 minus grade cost, which is negative 550, right? So if I think, oh yeah, I think this is going to be worth $1,000, then my increase is 450, and it's going to cost me $50 to grade. My net increase is $400, and I've increased the value of it 72.73%. That's how those columns work. So this this looks really bad. Like negative 3,000. Well, yeah, because these are all I got to fill all these in. The submit. So the totals down here are the totals of the numbers that it makes sense to total, but it will only include those that have an X next to them, right? So right now it's negative 3,455. If I take out this X, it's now negative 3,155. Oh, hey, Travis. Yeah, man. Serious business here. Serious business. When I figured this stuff out. So if I take that X out, then it won't include that. So I can play the numbers a little bit. So if I come with something that I see, so let's say this is only going to be 600, and it's going to cost me 100 to grade. My net increase is negative. Well, I don't want to grade that one, so I'll take that X out. So at the end, I'll only have the sums of the stuff that are kind of real candidates. And then over here, I think there's one more column. Yeah, this pre-screen column. So if I'm looking at numbers and I see this is going to be for something newer. If I see like, so, the Merc with the Mouth #7, First Lady Deadpool. With these newer books, like if you get below a 9.8, maybe even a 9.6, like it's just like don't bother. So I'll put in and if I put a pre-screen in there, that's for like me in the future when I actually go to place an order. Like don't forget, by the numbers that I looked up, it's not worth it unless it's a 9.6 to put the pre-screen in there. That's all that's for. So yeah, that's it. That is my my process. Again, I got a good chunk of stuff to go through. It's gonna be a long night for me. So feel free to dip in, dip out, or hang out, or whatever you want. If you have any questions as we go, then please send a shout out in chat, and I'll be sure to respond to it. But we're going to be looking at a number of different places. I'm definitely ready to go. I made sure I got the bottle with me tonight. We're enjoying Balvenie Doublewood, so I don't have to go refill. I can refill right here as I sit down and do this. My hope is that Wendigo chilled out a little bit, so hopefully she stays that way. But who knows? Who knows? All right, so I will just jump right in. So the first thing I want to look at grading is the Amazing Spider-Man #7. So this is the second appearance of the Vulture, and I've mentioned it before that I just really want my ASM 1 through 10 all to be graded, all to be slabbed. I don't have all 1 through 10 yet. I'm missing 3, 5, and 8. I think are the 3 that I'm missing. Sounds about right. Let's see. 1, yeah. 2, yeah. 3, no. 4, Sandman, yeah. 5 is Doctor Doom appearance. 6 is Lizard, yes. 7 is Second Vulture. 8 is I don't have. That's Living Brain. 9 is Electro, and 10 is Enforcers. Yeah. So yeah, just 3, 5, and 8. I'm missing. 3 is Doc Ock. And I have to replace 9, but that's a whole other thing. All right, so let's go. eBay slab. So with these older books, it's hard to get a direct hit on. If I think this is a 6.0. Probably not going to get that. Let's see. Always look at sold. Always look at sold. Right, so this is a little too narrow, right? An Amazing Spider-Man 9 at exactly a 6.0. I'm not going to find that. I'll be lucky to find it. Also, by the way, I know that I use CBCS, but when I search on eBay, I put CGC because that's what people put stuff under. Even if you see something that is CBCS, it will usually say CBCS, not CGC. Because what people search for is CGC. So people know to make sure that CGC is in the title. So really what I'm looking for is what's the value of Amazing Spider-Man 9 6.0 graded. I don't care if it's CBS, CGC. I care a little bit if it's PGX or EGS, whatever. So I search for CGC because that's what's going to show up. So not finding that, gotta loosen it up a little bit. So just put. Oh, I'm not looking for 9, am I? I was talking about 9. I'm not looking for 9. 7. Oh, there is a 7. Ended at 585. All right, that's not bad. 700 best offer accepted. So this is hard to use. It was probably somewhere around 700. someone, they usually don't accept anything more than like 10-15% off. So it was probably, I'm guessing, around 600 or so, something like that. Uh, yeah. So this is around 600, 585. I mean, this could have been, I don't know, this could have been 680. You don't know. Um, I'll put 600 on eBay. Again, this is not an exact science. And then I'll go to Go Collect. Go Collect is the easy one to look up. You just go, boom, oh, 575. Yeah, and so Go Collect you should just have to go to Go Collect, right? If what Go Collect advertises is true, which their numbers just come from auctions, this should just be the source, right? But I don't feel that it is, because we saw eBay. It's like, no, the auction ended below, what was it? Below, well, wait, 575. I was thinking 675. Yeah, that doesn't look 575. Ah, yeah, okay. I'll go with that. I'll go with 575. I'm okay with that. So the increase is not good on that book. If it's currently valued at 550, and this may be high, because I'm looking at all different sorts of sources, and they don't talk to each other, right? What issue? So if I'm going to Comics Price Guide, which is the quick and dirty raw, I also say I'm in no way affiliated with eBay Go Collect or Comics Price Guide. These are just things that I use. Maybe I'll use this. Come on, CPG. Come on, CPG. You can do it. I can hear the gears grinding in there. Sometimes you just need a little refresh. Sometimes you just need to try again. Hey, there we go. All right. This is actually something I don't really like about. I think Go Collect does a better job of this, of the order in which they put stuff in, which is just straight alphabetical order. But like if I'm searching for Amazing Spider-Man #7, if that's my search, Amazing Spider-Man 7, like order these based upon how frequently things are hit, right? This is the one, right? If someone is going to Comic Price Guide and searching for Amazing Spider-Man 7, this is the one they're looking for. The vast majority of the time. Just put that on the top for me. Just put it at the top. The worst a really bad offender of this, man, you search Conan 1. If I'm searching for Conan 1, what am I looking for? You all know exactly what I'm looking for. You have in your mind an image of the book that I'm looking for. Is it that? It's not that. It's not that. It's none of these. It's none of these. A reprint of what I'm looking. Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are you? Know what I want. You know what I'm looking for. If I put in Conan 1, there's one thing that I care about the price of, and it's none of these. Oh, there it is. Cool. 30th hit. That's an unnecessary rant. I gotta be more positive. All right, Amazing Spider-Man 7. Back to it. Oh, hey, now it's at the top. It listened. It listened to me. What? Oh, man. The echo. It's the echo. The echo's listening. All right. So 6, 5, 44. Yeah. So and it says 544 slab, right? So this is why you have to diversify where you're going for your information. So is you, you're getting different kinds of information from different sources, right? So you got to take it with a grain of salt. And I haven't even got to the cost of grading this thing yet, right? So looking at CBCS, I'm a member, so I get member prices. So let's see. Any year valued at 400, no. I gotta go QuickStream. That's the cheapest. So 52 bucks. Gonna cost me 52 bucks to grade this. That puts me at a loss of $27 on it. So this is where it comes down to if these numbers are to be believed. Again, who knows? I could be way off. I don't think I'm that off, but these numbers are definitely, the actual value are definitely kind of made up. This is where I said it's kind of numbers. It's half number, half heart. For this is heart. I just want my Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 10 all to be slabbed. So this number doesn't actually matter. It's good to know. It's good to know that I'm in for a loss of $27, but I'm basically paying $27 to have it protected. That itself is value, right? Because it's not just about this prospective value; it's the fact that it's also slabbed. So I'll take it. All right. Next one, Amazing Spider-Man number 18. First Ned leads at a 7.5. I have that estimated at about $300. Let us see what eBay says. Let's see if we get lucky and there's a 7.5 out there. Doubtful. All right, here's a 6.5. Say around 375, a 5, around 240. 6.5 is the closest, but 6.5 to 7.5 is a good jump. That's a significant jump. 7, 325. 8.5. Only one bid though. Might as well been to buy it now. 4, 6, 5. I'm gonna. What was the 8? That was 8.5, 8.25. I mean, this is the closest 325. Let's say 350, and that's probably being a little conservative. Go collect. Says 375. Seems about right. I'm gonna go with the 375. I think that's probably because we're basing this number off of just a 7. I think a 7.5. I think 375 is probably reasonable. That's an increase of 75. Let's see, $300. We can sneak into the consumer. Sneak into the consumer there. So $30. So increase of $45. Like just having a positive in there, it not being negative, is a win. If you, I feel that after paying for it, if you break even, you've got the book that you had before. Now it's encased. That's you're ahead, in my opinion. I haven't been doing the fun part, showing the books. What am I doing? The absolute fun part. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man 7. It's pretty sharp. I mean, I think a 6.0 is probably fair. I mean, I need to press it for sure. I can't believe I haven't pressed this yet. But yeah, I think a 6 is reasonable on that. And then the 18. This is really sharp. This is if you watch the video, my birthday extravaganza video where I got a bunch of ASMs. This was like the highlight of that. This is a nice crisp copy of this. All right, so ASM 252, first black costume. Again, a nice sharp copy. This is, I mean, some of these books, obviously not those early Spider-Mans, but some of these books, like I just got a long time ago when nobody cared. I was working at a comic shop years and years ago, and this, I mean, I probably got this out of back issues for, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 bucks in like really good shape. It was a different time. It was a different time. But it's worth more of that now, and even more so if it's slab. So I'm saying it's about a 9. I think that I'm probably being harsh on that. There is a little bit of corner damage here. How much they'll count as actual corner damage or defect, I don't. Printer defect, I don't know. But I think it looks good. All right, so eBay. So this is a little more recent. So we have a higher chance of being able to get directly hit. 9.0, one bid, 125, 135, 150, 125, 133. So I'm going to say, what do you think? 135 sound about right? I mean, we're dancing around that number. Maybe 130. 130 sound good? I'm going to go 130. Look at that. I mean, even at a 9.0, jumping from 50 to 130, I'm okay with that. What's Go Collect say? $110. It does not agree. So somewhere between 130 and 110. There was a lot of that eBay stuff was. I'll give a little bit. I'll give. Nah, I was generous with 130. I'm putting 130. That's it. We're doing it. 130. And then grade cost. So if it's 50, that is modern. 16 bucks. 16 bucks. That is not a bad investment. Look at that. Spend 16 bucks, get 80. 64, 128%. increase in value. And I don't even think I'm going to have to pre-spec. If it only comes back at 9.0, I think that's okay. I'd honestly kind of be okay with that. All right, so next, we have Amazing 301. Again, another really sharp copy. The only thing that I'm worried about is the printer defects. There is, well, you can see that there's an ink mark there. It's obviously printer ink. It's not like pen ink. Another one there, and one down there. But they're all printer defect. But like other than that, this thing is super sharp. So I have this at a 9.6. And I don't know, with that significant, like that many marks on it, but being printer defects, it's hard to say what they are going to do. So it might be lower than 9.6. I don't know. I might be being a little bit too hopeful. But we're gonna roll with that. So I'm saying right now it's about $50. eBay, which tab? eBay. $170, $210, and if you're ever evaluating sold listings and you see My Comic Shop with a buy it now, ignore it. They are always high. They are always very, very high. This is someone got suckered. Someone got suckered when they paid that. Because look at all the other ones, right? 170. They overpaid by 40, overpaid by 40, overpaid by 40, overpaid a year by 55. It gets crazy. So 145, 160, 160, 170. I'll say 160. I'm all right. I feel comfortable with 160. And then Go Collect. $230. eBay differs. eBay begs to differ. That is quite the disparate value. Huh. I can't. I have to lend it some credence. I feel, because of what Go Collect is supposed to be, but everything weighs so heavily into this one. There are so many auctions that were in this area. So I mean, I'll give it a little bit. I'll say 180, I guess. Even then, that feels dirty. I'll do 170. And the grading on this is going to be, that's modern. So I mean, that's increased by 208%. Yeah. But let's see. Oh, what I should do though is what if it is a 9.4? What if it's not? I might want to pre-screen that for 9.6. 1.4 brings it down to hovering right around 100. That's a pretty deep one. Go Collect. I'm not trusting you on this one. So if this is 100, if this is 100, oh, I'm changing the wrong thing. If this is 100, it's still an increase of $34. you think? I think maybe if it's a 9.4, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I mean that's going to be a nice looking book in a slab, but any lower than 9.4, then no, no good. All right, so these ones I don't know about. So the 601, 606, and 607, the J. Scott Campbell covers. I mean I know that these are pretty hot books, not for anything that goes on in them, but when I say hot books, I mean the books are people put value on them. Though in this case, I think they're hot books because they are quote unquote hot books. Because J. Scott Campbell has a way of drawing ladies that people seem to enjoy. But this is in good shape. Not you'll see. I don't put any 9.8s on here. Like I'm never gonna put like 9.8. It's too. You hope for it. You obviously hope for it. But I don't know. I don't want to set myself up for that much devastation. But one little spine tick, like this, I bought these off the shelf, right? I was reading Amazing Spider-Man at the time, so I just have these. And I all of my stuff that I buy new is pretty much in mint condition. I read it, I bag and board it, it gets stored away. So I don't personally really care for these covers, these books, enough to have them graded because I want them graded. But this is more of a value play. So if the value is there, if the increase in value is there, then yeah, sure, I'll go for it. Actually, you can just put in 9.6. So 100, 120. Probably call that 110. And then go collect. $110. All right, well, that makes it easy. $50 increase with 16. I'll think about it. It would definitely have to be a 9.6 if I did it. But a $34 increase, I don't know. I mean, increase is an increase, but if this, okay. Here's where we get to play this game. What if it was a 9.8? What if it was a 9.8? 200, 200, 200. A little lower. 190. So if this came back a 9.8, this would be 200. Whoa, 900, not that good. 200. That. All right. If you give me a 9.8, I'll take it. 9.6, I don't care that much. But then at that point, I'm already in it for $5. Do I pay the extra 11 on top of it for it just to be slabbed? If the pre-screen think pre-screen is $5. $5 screen. This is under the pressing prices, but I think you can get it just screened for that price without getting it pressed. What I have it for 110. Yeah. I don't really want it unless it's a 9.8. But again, if I'm paying the $5 and that $5 goes towards, if it ends up being a 9.6 and then it's $11 for it to be a 9.6, that's fine. I don't want to just pay for a 9.4 though, for sure. So we'll do that. We'll screen at a 9.6. All right, next. Amazing 606, another J. Scott Campbell cover. And this, I don't think this one is quite as, I have it priced the same, but I don't think it's quite as hot. It's definitely not as hot as the 607, for sure. Oh, not 60, 606. That's a variant. 60, 80, and buy it now. 76, 100, buy it now. 77. What do 9.8s look like? Am I in the same place? Now we're at 100. Even at 9.8. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't. You go. You're gone. I don't care enough. Don't care enough. The more popular one, and this is probably the best I have out of the three. Well, maybe not. A little bit of a tick down there. Is the 607. J. Scott Campbell cover. We have a bottomless black cat. Probably why it is the most popular one. Come on, dudes. All right. So this one, we'll look up 9.8 first, since that's where we're at. So now we're getting closer to the 200, 160, 200, 160. Was this actually? I thought this would be a bit higher than the 601. It looks like it's a little bit lower. Even my comic shop is down at 190. That's for a 9.8. That's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. $110, $200. So if this is around 100, $28. The other thing I gotta start thinking about is real estate. Like, if it's a book that I don't really care about, do I want to take up the real estate that I have for slabs? Because it is dwindling. If this is a 9.8 and we call it, I don't know, 180, gotta put the grade cost in here. I don't know. Doesn't quite seem. I don't know how sure I am of a 9.8. Because in this case, it's like 9.8 or nothing. There's a bit of a tick there on the cover. I'm gonna say it probably won't come back at 9.8. So I'm gonna say you're gone. Oh, wait. Yeah. All right. So next is Amazing Spider-Man 4. This was the first appearance of Silk. And this was just another book that I got off the shelf. I was just reading it. And I've been reading Amazing for a little bit. This is an awesome, awesome shape. I have it at 9.6. I would not be surprised at all if it came back at 9.8, but I am going to be, again, err on the side of caution. I will judge it as if it were a 9.6. I mean, the only little thing maybe I could see is a little bit of, and this would be printer error there, which I can get away with for a 9.8. So I can't imagine this is not going to be worth grading. Six. I feel pretty safe in when I put 9.6 in, it's not going to come up with Amazing Spider-Man number 4, volume 1. Let's see. This is PGX. See, here's what I'm saying. It's like similar to CGC, right? Because people search CGC, even though it's PGX. 115, 150, 175, 155. I mean, 160 seems pretty good. If this is a 9.8, now we're off to the races. Yeah. But I will evaluate it as a 9.6. So I won't be as devastated. See, Amazing Spider-Man 4. Yeah, this is likely the one I'm looking for. I understand that's at the top. Makes sense. 9.6, 95. They have 95. That's a big jump. Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards eBay on that one. I mean, I'll even be pretty generous and say, I don't know, 130, right? Even if it's only worth 130, that's going to be a modern book. It's a key appearance. It's a key issue with a $39 increase. I'm okay with that. I suppose I should be absolutely safe and pre-screen it as something. Cause like who knows? Who knows what could happen? If this is so it's got to be at least a 9.6. It's got to at least be a 9.6 at least. All right. So next is an Avengers 100. This is signed by Stan Lee. There at the bottom. It's not the most significant thing to have a Stan Lee autograph on. It's got a COA, which doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, like it's Avengers 100. It's nice that it's at least on an Avengers book. Sometimes you see, and I'm not sure if Stan Lee would have been still writing this at issue 100? Is Stan Lee still writing Avengers at 100? Is this even going to tell me? I don't even know where to look that up without opening the book up. Roy Thomas. Nope. Nope. You know, obviously, I'd rather have Stan Lee's signature on a book that he personally had his hand in, but at least it's on like a team that he's had his hand in, the Avengers. When it comes to Stan Lee signatures, beggars can't be choosers, and this is the Stan Lee signature I have. I've seen worse. You know, I've seen Stan Lee signatures on books of characters that he didn't even have anything to do with that character, let alone that book. That I just don't get. That I wouldn't even want. But this, I mean, this is going to come down to the. First of all, it's hard to value. I don't think it's in the best shape. What's the value going to be after it's graded? Honestly, I don't know. I don't care. I want to get it authenticated. So if we say a slab, okay, $80, $30. Like, it's probably going to be worth about the same. It doesn't really matter. I'm getting it graded because I want it slabbed and authenticated. That's it. So it's what's 1972? So it's pre-75. So it's 27 plus the signature authentication is 25. Where'd you go? So 25. So 27 plus 25 is what? 52. Gonna cost me $52. Losing money. Losing money doesn't matter. Need it authenticated. All right. Next, Avengers 196. This is the first appearance of Taskmaster. It's not the best copy. I mean, I got this quite a while ago. Just because, again, this was people didn't care. People didn't care about collecting comics back then, and this is the copy that my store had. So I bought it because I liked Taskmaster. It was not an investment or anything like that. It's not a horrible looking copy. It just has a lot of spine ticks, which are going to bring it way down. The colors are nice. It looks nice. So I'm happy with it. But Taskmaster heating up. So even a 6.0 might be worth getting graded. Like on camera, you probably can't even tell. That probably looks really, really good, but it has issues. So what do we got? Avengers 196 at a 6.0. 85, 120, 100. Well, right in the middle there is 100. Go collect. Oh, looks like I've looked this one up before, actually. So split the difference, call it 70, spend 16. Oops. Spend 16 to grade it. I'm down 6. I'll keep it as is. I'm fine with that. It's not worth it. All right. So next, Captain America number 117. Right, for what it is, I think it's a nice copy. I can clean up the whites quite a bit. It probably isn't showing that bad on camera here, but I can clean up those whites pretty good. There's a couple fairly significant spine ticks, a little color fading maybe over here and on the top, but I mean I think the 6.0 is probably pretty fair on it. And obviously, Falcon is a big deal. He's been a part of the MCU, and what he's getting he's getting a Netflix channel, is that right? Or next Netflix show or something? There's going to be Winter Soldier and Falcon. There's something's happening. Something's going. There's some rumblings of something. I don't have time to keep up with all that. It's too much. It's too much. I'm buried in numbers. I'm buried in numbers here. I don't got time to find out what's coming out on a streaming platform in a year. All right, eBay slabbed. We get lucky and find a 6. So 300, 240, 240, 260, 213. That's a pretty good deal. 200, 225, 250. Kind of all over the place. Let's say I'm gonna go with 230. Go collect. Looks like I looked up this one as well. Well, 6 to 20. So they're not too far apart. Well, we'll just split the difference. 225. And let's see. That's going to be pre-75. So we're looking at $27. A loss of $2. I am okay with that. I will pay $2 to have it slabbed, and it might come back better than a 6. We'll see. So we'll keep it. All right. Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, number 7. This is the first appearance of Lady Deadpool, not to be confused with Gwenpool. I don't know. Is Lady Deadpool in anything anymore, or is it all just Gwenpool showed up, so no one cares about Lady Deadpool anymore? Is that what happened? It's probably what happened. But another one that I bought off the shelf just because I read the series, so it is what it is. So I put it at a 9.6. For 50. 50 is about all I got there. Go collect Merc with a Mouth. I look at this one as well. $60. I mean, at 9.8, we get 120. 120, 120. $56 increase. If it's a 9.8, which maybe. If it's a 9.6, it is not worth it. I also don't really care. This was a fun series, though, if you didn't read it. Running around with zombie Deadpool's head. If I do it, it's going to be a pre-screen 9.8. I'll leave it in there, and I'll decide later whether I want to actually do it or not. But without a pre-screen 9.8, then it's not worth it. All right, so next. The Demon #1. So this was the first appearance of Etrigan, Jason Blood, who is Etrigan, Merlin, and Morgan Le Fay. Again, it's a decent enough copy. I mean, there's some color breaking stuff, spine ticks, whatnot. It's just, I mean, that Kirby art, right? It's got that yellow. You know how much I love yellow. He's just popping right out of there. It's just, I just think it will look really, really sexy slabbed. So I have it at a 7.5, and it might have been a while since I looked at that. It's got some defects, like printer defects too. You can see that it's cut short over here. It's cut short. So I'm guessing I'm probably being generous with 7.5. But this is one where I'm going with the heart. I'm going with my heart on this one. I just want to see this book slabbed. I just want to see it. I think it's just going to look really good. Demon. Shauna, we'll get to you in a second. 7.5, 120. Probably 120-ish. So we'll say eBay says 120. And the Demon. $110. So we'll say 115. And the Demon, is that pre-75? Probably. I don't know if it's all the way back to silver. It is 20 cents. $72, yes. So this will be expanded 27. Number goes up. That's all. I mean, even if it went down a little bit, I'd probably still do it. All right. Let's see. Howard the. Well, these got out of order. Guardian should probably come first, huh? No. So speaking of Gwenpool, Howard the Duck #1, first appearance of Gwenpool. This is maybe one little tick. I mean, 9.6 for sure. Again, this is something else I bought off the shelf. I love Howard the Duck. So whenever Howard the Duck comes into something, I get it. So let's see what 9.6 gets us. I'm going to put Gwenpool in there because there are a number of Howard the Ducks #1. 9675. 50-ish, 50, 60. I'll call it 60. Though I should also take into account, because it could be a 9.8, 100, 90, 100, yeah. There's that one. Where are you at, Howard? Here we go. 60. Oh, Go Collect is way off. Because I mean, it's spiking over here, but it doesn't really take that into account over here. Oh, is this total graded? That's not. No, that's not value. Where was I looking at? Universal. That's just okay. Yeah, I'm not really. Oh, I mean, I guess that's about right, isn't it? 60. I think that 9.8 is low though. So we'll say 60. So proximate value is 60 and 16. It's still. I think that's worth the risk. If it comes back at 9.6, that's fine. But it has to be at least a 9.6, which it will get, but there's no harm in saying pre-screen it for a 9.6. So we'll do that. All right, next. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, this is the first new team that was, it appeared in the movie. So Star-Lord, Rocket, Drax, that whole iteration of the team. And this is in it's perfect. Like, it's perfect. Bought it off the shelf. I was like, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy are back. Guardians of the Galaxy are back. Sign me up. So I got it. And then they had a movie, and everything's awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 9.6. 200. 100. Bit of a jump. 100-ish. 100-ish. What is that? Canadian dollars? It's not real money. That's not real money. That was a good get right there. It's kind of bouncing. I'll say 110. I'll say 110 on the 9.6. But what is a 9.8? What is a 9.8? 250. 250-ish. Signed. It's probably worth it. It's probably worth it. Oop. I probably should have logged into Facebook. Playing Animal Crossing earlier, and I put a call out. I needed to sell my turnips, and friends are coming out to say, "Hey, I got them sold. Let me reply real quick." That's funny. All right. Let her know. Oh boy. Oh boy. Live streaming. And we will go ahead and log out. Oopsie. All right. What we look? Guardians of the Galaxy #1. Guardians. That is always, I can never spell Guardians right the first time. I always do GA. I always do start GU, second guess myself, and do GA. That's what I do. That's what I do. 100, yeah, and then 160. So they say 100, we'll call it 105, 16, yeah. Given the relatively high chance that's a 9.8, but we will say, hey, make sure I get that 9.6. Make sure I get that 9.6. Okay, next. Incredible Hulk number 449. First appearance of the Thunderbolts. This, again, is a book that is heating up a little bit. It sat in my collection for a while, worth absolutely nothing. And then somebody mumbled Thunderbolts. So now it is something. What do I have this at? 9.4? It's probably conservative. But we'll roll with it. 9.4. Because if it's worth it at a 9.4, it's definitely worth it at a 9.6. Incredible Gulk. 120, 150, 140, 120, getting down a little bit, 120, 150. I'll say 120. Go collect. $120. Oh wait, I looked at 9.6, didn't I? I meant to look at 9.4. Shoot. Gotta keep me honest. 120, 80, 80, 85. We'll say 80. And 100. Split it, say 90. That'll be 16. Increase of $4. Pretty good chance it's higher than the 9.4. I'll pay $4. I'll not pay $4. I will have it slabbed and get back $4. That seems okay. That seems okay. So we'll keep that one. But better at least be a 9.4. Better at least be a 9.4. Otherwise, I'm basically losing money. All right. Next, First Commandy. This is Commandy number 1, First Commandy. This book is incredibly sharp for how old it is. And again, it is that Kirby art. Like how there's like nothing sexier than a good Kirby cover, right? I mean, come on. That's so good. And it's just in such great shape. I have it a 9.0. I mean, fight me on it. Fight me on that. It's just, you could pick this up off the shelf new and say, oh yeah, okay, nothing wrong with it. A little bit on the bottom corner, a little bit of crunch, but that will probably mostly come out. I don't know how well we can see that, but it's just a good looking book. All right, so what do we have? This is going to be tough to find at exactly 9.0. So I'll just search this. $85. $85 for a 9.0? .4, 125. 8570? 8.0, 60 best offer? What? An 8.0 went for 36. A 9.2 went for 80. What is wrong with you people? It's Commandy. It's the last boy on Earth. It's Kirby. And a book this old at a 9.0, only going for that? $95? Whatever. What you say, like 80, 95, call it 90 maybe. Grade cost. That's got to be pre $27. A loss of $17. You know what? You people, in your Commandy hate, how sweet is this going to look? So sharp in a slab with at least a 9.0 on it. I tell you, there's the taste. Comic collectors are the worst. The worst. How do you not love Commandy? Okay, well, I can screen it for 5 still. Fine. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to do it. Here's where I'm going with my heart. I'm going with my heart on this one. Where's my .0? Give me my .0. I'm all hard on this one. I'm doing it. 9.0, lose $17. Don't care. I don't care. Get out of my way. It's Commandy. It's Kirby, for God's sakes. Need to top up. Not all the way to the top. That's too much. Backer. Whew. All right. What's next? Marvel Age, number 97. I picked this up recently. So this is the first appearance of Darkhawk in a preview. The first Darkhawk number 1 is also the first appearance of Darkhawk. It is just what was in the preview, but all of it. But this is the one that people want. It came out beforehand, so people want. I think it's dumb. I think it's totally dumb. That this is more valuable than the actual Darkhawk with the actual first appearance. A preview is a preview. It is not an appearance. But I love Darkhawk, and if I'm going to get something, if I'm going to get his first appearance graded, I'm going to do the one that is going to give me the most value. So, also my Darkhawk number 1. There's a case where I did buy it off the shelf, and that's not a good thing because I bought it off the shelf, when it came out in 91. It's not the best shape. All right, so I have that at a 9.4. might be able to pull a little bit higher. We'll see. Let's see. This is a lot. These other ones don't really matter, so they probably, I mean, they were just buying the Marvel Age. 76 for a 9.6, a 9.2, and a 9.6. Oh, it's Darkhawk 1 9.6, but 9.2. Just not getting a whole lot of data on this one. 9.8, 9.0. I don't feel I can get good information off of that. $55, maybe $85. So let's just take that. Going to cost 16. Increase of 19, which, I mean, that's almost 100% increase. Net increase. I mean, look at the percent. Like, it's only $19, yeah, but I mean, you look at percentages, it's not bad. With a chance of it being higher, yeah, let's do it. But I won't take anything lower than a 9.4. All right, next, Marvel Spotlight number 32. This is the first appearance of Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. Really, really sharp copy. I have it at a 9.2, which I think is probably about right. $105 as is. Wow, 210, 200, 230, 230, 250, 250. I think 220 is fair. It says 230, yeah. 230, split the difference and call it 225. How old is this? How old is this? Go Collect is my quick and dirty way to find 77's post 75. Post 75. Under 250. This is a modern. This is a modern. All right, $16. There's a good. Spend $16, get 104. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, next. We have Marvel Superheroes number 12. This is the first Captain Marvel. No, not that Captain Marvel. This Captain Marvel. Let's see. This is a square bound book. These are always tough. I did do a cleaning video. No, was it cleaning video? I did a pressing video on this. I think I talked about how to press square bound books. So this one has already been cleaned and pressed. Have this at a $6.5, $85. This is surprisingly not that expensive. What I think for what it is, like the first Captain Marvel. I understand it's not Carol Danvers, the one that everyone cares about, but it's the first Captain Marvel. It's the first of that name. That seems pretty good. I mean, And I would say, who knows with with Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, who knows when, you know, the Kree and a different Captain Marvel is gonna this Captain Marvel is gonna show up in the MCU. I think it's underpriced. I think it's underpriced. All right, what is 6.5? $130, $110. Call it 120. Go Collect thinks it's 140, so we'll call it 130. That's going to be, what's going to be that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Increase $18. Okay, this is net increase, right? So the increase of the book is 45. I'm subtracting the cost of grading. So this is if this works out this way, that's just $18 of money, right? $18 of money. All right, cool. Let's see. So Marvel Superheroes number 13, the next issue. This is the Captain Marvel everybody wants. This is the first appearance of Carol Danvers, the MCU's Captain Marvel, in our current Marvel Universe Captain Marvel. It's not great. I have it at a 5.0. It's a lot. There's some color breaks along here. At the top, it's yeah. This is a book I think it's overvalued. I mean, it's Carol Danvers. She's in the movies. I guess I get it, but it's not her like as Captain Marvel. I don't know. I think it's overvalued. But the community has spoken, right? The community has spoken. They don't listen to me. None? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No Marvel Superheroes 13s have sold. There's one. Why is this book not being sold at all? Did I spell it wrong? Here, okay. Wait, I'm no longer. How did I no longer get into sold items? How strange is that? Do I have to put the dash? Bizarre. No data points. There's no data points. What are you going to do? Oops. All right, Go Collect says 150. All right, I guess we go 150, which is what I have it at, not graded. Break even, and cost me that. Lose 27. You know what? You know what, Carol? You're gone. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Maybe later. Maybe some other time. All right. Next, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, number 8. And a nice, sharp copy. Have this at a 9.2. This was another book that I got at the time years ago when no one cared for like nothing. 9.2, I am probably being very harsh. It's a really, really sharp book. So let's evaluate it at a 9.2, knowing that it's better. It's better. $122. Newsstand Mark Jewelers. Newsstand is worth that much more. Okay. Say 120, 160, 100. We're kind of all over the place. This 120 seems probably about right-ish. They say 140. Like 130. And that's modern. Yeah, that's gotta do it. Gotta do it at that. Next, Marvel Tales. So this is the first appearance of Peter Porker and the rest of Captain America, Goose Rider, Bunny Hulk. I forget what all their other names are. But yeah. It's a nice sharp book. It's a nice sharp book. I have it 9.2. I'm likely being conservative again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna protect this. I'm gonna say you got at least be 9.2 on that. Secret Wars. Let's see. $70, $75, $65, $48, $60, something. Yeah, 60, 65 seems about right. You okay? So glad you calmed down. Marvel Tales 1. 65. Not really worth it at a 9.2, but it's worth it at a 9.6. So I'm gonna put in 110, cost 16, gotta be a 9.6. Gotta be a 9.6. Which I think I think I'm really low in that 9.2. So we'll do that. Okay. Next. excuse me, New Teen Titans #2, first appearance of Deathstroke. Deathstroke's hot. Deathstroke is hot. I have this at an 8.0. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, except there's a small, like down here. Oh well, you probably can't see that at all. But it's like there's a little, like a tiny little. It's not a tear. It's just like, I mean, I guess it's a tear, but fine. There's a little, I don't know, like it might have like hit the table or something, hit a corner on the table or something like that, and got a little ding, but just in the cover. So there's a little cut there, which is too bad because otherwise, it's beautiful, beautiful. So it definitely looks really nice. But because of that, like that's, and I might be being too harsh. I don't know. $130, $100. Ugh. 125. Call it 120. Just lower than what I have it as raw. Again, just different, because they're coming from different sources. Again, it's happens. $130. Yeah, this doesn't really even get worth it until 9. I don't know with that little thing in there. Do I take the gamble? Take the gamble and pre-screen it at a 9? Ugh. It's $5. So if it's 170, it cost me 16, and I pre-screen it at a 9.0. I get it. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm probably throwing $5 away there, but you never know. You never know. All right. So next is Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. Excuse me. This doesn't have any real significance. Like, it's the first appearance of Scorpio. It's not in the best shape. But like that cover is so good. That Steranko art. I just think it would be a really good book to be slabbed. That's it. That's pretty much it. And it's got its issues, but it looks really, really nice. The colors are nice and bright. I like it. So, we'll see. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. 1, I have it at a 6.5. $86, $83, $125 to buy it now. It's probably not. Call it 65. $100. So jump. There wasn't a whole lot of data here. There was one buy it now for 125, so maybe give that a little bit of credence, which I didn't hear. Say 80. This is what going to cost, what, 27? Oops, 27. Lose $1 I'll lose $1 to have that slabbed. What do you think? Losing $1 to have that slab seems reasonable. A little peckish. With some. Pardon my snacking here. That's probably really loud. All right. Yeah, I'm measuring these out. I'm gonna counting calories mode right now. So. All right. Where are we at? Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. $1. Yes, we'll do it. All right, Omega Men, number 3. This is the first appearance of Lobo. So I had this as higher than an 8 originally. Then as I was putting this list together, and I was kind of double checking these current prices, I noticed, and I don't know how I never noticed this before, I have a color breaking crease in the corner here. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not, with all the glare from the Mylar. When I bought it, ever since I've had it, I've never noticed it. It's on black. How do you not notice that? So I originally pulled this out when I had it graded decently higher. So I'm guessing at this point it's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. Here's 9.2. Wow. Wow. Lobo took a dump. I mean, you're 9.8, sure. Like, this book was doing really good for a while. No one cares about Lobo anymore. I mean, which is fine. I never cared about Lobo. But people did at one point. All right. Yeah. Just not going to bother. All right. Next. Here's a book that's been taken off recently. Savage She-Hulk #1. First appearance of She-Hulk. I don't know. Did something get announced with She-Hulk or something? Because I didn't hear anything. Just all of a sudden, this started spiking a little bit. I don't know. This is the newsstand edition. So, there's newsstand editions and direct editions. And newsstand editions are usually a little rarer, especially in better grade, because they're sitting on, they sit on spinner racks in grocery stores and gas stations and stuff like that. It's kind of like sometimes newsstand editions are worth more, sometimes they're not. It's so weird. I think it's dumb. Like, the contents of the book aren't any different. Like, who cares about that label on it? It seems like such an insignificant thing to me. I don't get it. I guess I understand if something is rare, it has more value, but something being rare alone isn't enough. It also has to have demand, or it has to be desirable. I don't understand why the difference of the barcode versus the direct symbol is desirable. Like, why do you want that? Aside from value, why do you want that? There's no benefit to it. I don't get it. But for some things, it does seem to matter, because I think here, if we look at price guide, again, Savage Sea-Hulk, which one do you think I'm looking for? What do you think I'm looking for? Like this, the A and the B, it's direct and newsstand. It says newsstand is worth more. Is it? Does it matter? It's dumb. But I have the newsstand. I have the rarer one. So if that's what the community has decided, that's what they decided. I think it's ridiculous. But if they're going to say my thing is worth more because of the barcode, then fine. I guess I'll take it. All right. And what I have that at? 8.5. All right, 8.5. Well, here's newsstand for 115 and direct edition for 110. Canadian dollars, not real money. Newsstand. Well, this doesn't matter. People aren't paying any different for newsstand versus direct edition, so all right, okay, that's fine. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People don't actually care when it comes to spending their money. But because if you're getting this book, are you going to spend $50 more to have that? It's the same book. It has the same significance. Is that barcode worth more to a collector? I don't, maybe, I guess, I don't know. So let's adjust this. Let's adjust my starting price. Because I was basing it off of this entry, but apparently it doesn't matter. So an 8.5 is more like $65. Fair enough. And eBay says an 8.5 is, we'll say 115. And here it doesn't even differentiate. $90. All right. And I'll call it 100. She-Hulk 1, 80, 1980. Modern book. Modern book. Yeah, I'm all right with that. All right. This one, Sentry. Here we got a special case. Cascading book problems. All right. So, Sentry number 1, variant cover, first appearance of the Sentry, signed by Paul Jenkins. Qualified grade 9.6. So I got this signed at a convention. This was before CBCS. So if you did not have CGC witness the signature, you could not get a gold label you got a qualified label. Qualified label means they grade the book, ignoring the signature completely. They give you a green label, and they say name written on cover in ink, in marker. So the question is, now that CBCS is a thing, do I want to crack this and send it to CBCS to get an authorized signature? It's a great looking cover. I love that Silver Age style that the variant is in. It's a high grade, 9.6. That's all right. But the thing is, if I crack it and send it to CBCS, there's no guarantee I'll get the 9.6, right? They may say it's 9.4 or 9.2 or something. They'll authenticate the signature. I know it's his because I saw him do it. But what do I have to lose, right? I mean, I'm saying, like, what do I have to lose? I could potentially lose, right? So let's see. So as it is, again, it's hard to price signature stuff. I put this at $250. Century 1 variant at 9.6. Not that variant. 9.2. 145 ungraded. Let's see. Let's take out the 9.6. .8. Yeah, it's high. It's high. I'm not 9.4. I'm not really getting any good data here. Let's go collect. J. Lee variant. So, man, look, that's a big. It's a big gap. Like, I know I'm not going to get a 9.8. I know I'm not going to get a 9.8 for sure. Comes back at 9.4. That's a big risk. Like, it'd be one thing if CGC did an authorized signature and I sent this in, then I think they would say, like, we'll just give you the 9.6 back, right? Because they do that with reslabbing, right? If they reslab something, they'll say, we won't give you anything lower than what it had. But they don't do that. It's a completely different company. That green label kills me. I'm gonna hold off. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it as it is. It's just for me. I'm not reselling it. I know what it is. 9.6. 9.6 is a good grade. I'll just leave it. All right. There's another high grade book that I have. An older high grade book. Shaun of the She-Devil #1. First appearance of Shaun of the She-Devil. I have a feeling I'm going to get commanded on this one. It's going to be No One Cares. Yeah, I have it at 7-0. Oh, there's a bit of a color break on the side here. It's kind of long. 7-0 is probably fair. But I mean, it's an older book, right? When did this come out? Shauna the She-Devil 1. Nope. The last one, yes. 72. Oh. All right. What did I say? 7-0? 100. Who's 7-0 signed by who? Jim Steranko. That's cool. One 7.5, 110, 100. I don't know. Probably in between the 6.5 and the 7.5 lives 85. Go collect. 75. Call it 80. Well, I mean, that's not bad. That's a cool cover. I mean, it is Steranko art. I'll leave that on. I might not prioritize it, but I'll leave it on. All right, next we have the Silver Surfer #44. This is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. If you know anything about me, you know how much I love Thanos and specifically the Infinity series. So this is a pretty good book to have. I have this at a 9.4. I'd say a 9.6 is possible. 9.8 is doubtful. So we'll go ahead and evaluate it at 9.4. $85, $70, $120, $70, 20. Oh no! Oh, this cover just looks okay. Cover is very Thanos Silver Surfer. Thanos Silver Surfer. Okay, 70, 120. This is 70, 70, 85. Well, this must be an outlier. It's an outlier. Buy it now. I'll say 80. And $85. I'll say 85. 16. Yeah. With a 9.6. Oh, actually, that's Shauna. That's got to at least be that 7.0, I think, to make it worth it. I don't want a 6.5 in that. All right. Next, Spider-Man Unlimited #1. This is the first Shriek. Again, this is a high-grade book. I don't really see much of anything wrong with it. I don't think it'd have any problem getting a 9.6. Maybe that it's a thick book, so there can be some. Maybe there's a spine tick on there, isn't there? I mean, I think a 9.6 is achievable on that. I think that's probably this book is getting a little bit of heat with any symbiote stuff, because who knows, like, with the Venom movies being a thing, who knows where things are going to go. $70, $35, $50. That's kind of jumping around. I'll go with 50 from eBay. And here we have 55. Let's say 50 just to be 16, $14. Do it as long as it's a 9.6. What's this say for 9.4? 50. That's not much. I don't know if I just. So I'll be paying an extra $10. Be $5 less. Yeah, I'll leave it at a 9.6. And I might be wasting that. $5, but we'll see. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. All right. Here's an older one. It's been a while since we've seen a Silver Age book. A nice 60s Silver Age book. Strange Tales #123. This is the first appearance of the Beetle. Right over here. The Beetle, not that much older than Doctor Strange, right? Strange Tales 110 is Doctor Strange. So this is like a year later. Abner Jennings. What a dummy. And so this is the problem with these villains, right? They build these things that if you just sold the tech, you'd make way more money than you would by using it to rob banks. But then we wouldn't have funny books. So I suppose we should be thankful. But this is a pretty sharp copy for what it is. I have not worked on it, so it could use a little touch up. But yeah, I think it's just a good condition older book that is a key. So we'll see. All right, Strange Tales #123. $7.5. This might be too specific. 8.5, 8.56. That's tough. That's tough. Ooh. Ooh. That's a good. I need that book. 250. I mean, this feels like an anomaly right here. I think maybe 200. I don't know. What do we got over here? $170. Yeah, I'll lean more. I'll just put 170. I'll believe Bill collect on that because this 200 was a lot of guesswork. This is pre 75, but it's a low. So is this still just 27? Pre 75 value. Yep. $27. Not bad. Yep, I think that's probably a good one. Next, Stars and Stripe number 0. This is the first appearance of Stargirl. Again, she has a TV show which seems to be going fairly well, fairly successful. And I picked this book up when it was like $10 and no one cared about Stargirl years ago. One spine tick, maybe 2 or 3 minor spine ticks. So I have it at a 9.2. Might not be worth it at a 9.2. Man, raw ones are going for at 9.2 are going for. Where's all the graded ones? 9.6, 9.8, 9.8, 9.6, 8.5 is 90, 9.4, so kind of in between there-ish. I'll call it 100. $140. Split it. Seems worth it. Next, Swamp Thing number 2. I just got my Swamp Thing 1 back from being graded. That came back, what, a 7.5 or a 7.5 check. I was really happy with that. Swamp Thing 2 is the first appearance of his, first full appearance of his major villain, Anton Arcane. That's him up there in the corner. This is just a near immaculate copy. Maybe a little bit of damage right there, but nothing major. It's just so beautiful a copy. And who doesn't love some Anton Arcane? So I have that at a 9.2. Finding sold 9.2s is probably going to be tough. There's one. 175-ish. See if we can find anything around there. not a whole lot of data in that. I mean, say like 160 is probably fair-ish. $140, 150. This is, that's probably just like on the wrong side of 1975. $1973, yeah, that's close. So that's going to be 27. Gain of $23. I'm all right with that. Another book that is heating up, Thor 337, the first Beta Ray Bill. I just got one of these back from being graded as well. It was for a customer. It came back at 8.5. Wasn't upset about that at all. I have mine at about a 9. Yeah, give or take. Who knows? Seems like it might be worth it. $150, $150, $160, $135, $145, $160, $160. I think $150 is probably fair. $150. Yeah, $14 gain. It's not huge, but I mean, to have that thing slabbed, and like, he hasn't shown up in the MCU, but if he does, then this will actually skyrocket. So seems fine. Getting into the stretch here. Another nice old Silver Age, X-Men #3, the first appearance of the Blob. This has problems. So I have this at a 5.0. There's staining right down here. But other than that, it's in really good shape. I mean, for being, X-Men #3, obviously. And the Blob, I'm not like a huge fan of the character, but it's X-Men 3. It's like a super early X-Men. Like, get that protected, right? I mean, it seems like it should have been done already. 5.0. So 576, gonna have 500. Let me loosen this up a little bit. Got a couple other people that joined. Hello, hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're feeling. X-Men 3, and now I'm getting third appearance of, what a third appearance? 576. I mean, it seemed like 500-ish, maybe. Let me put Blob in here to kind of narrow this down. Uh, 576, yeah, 500. That was probably a pretty good buy. 820. Wow, this one just took off. I'm gonna say. I mean, I'll say 500. I guess we'll see. We'll see what Go Collect says. For you, those of you that just joined, just kind of going over some of my books, trying to decide what I want to have graded. It says 450. So just kind of going through my process of what I do to determine whether or not I want to do that. It's all just looking up numbers and stuff. I'll split the difference here. And if it's at 400, look at that. We get right at that consumer. Right at that consumer. Just at the wire. Up to 400. Not less than 400, up to 400. We did it. Consumer, $30. So gain of $45, estimated 11.25%. Yeah, I think that seems worth it. I mean, and just for this one, if I broke even on it, it'd be worth it just to have it slabbed. All right, next. X-Men number 14. This is the first appearance of the Sentinels. And it's in fairly good shape. My only concern is, like, everything looks fairly sharp. Some chipping there. I can't really tell, like, it almost looks a little muted. Like the red doesn't pop like maybe it should, or maybe it's supposed to be that sort of orangish red. I don't know. Does anyone have an X-Men 4? Can you tell me, is that supposed to be red or orangish red? Let's see. Or what did I say? X-Men 14. It kind of looks like that. This pops a little bit more though. That looks a little more red. It might be okay. This looks really red. Wow. That's nuts. Feels like it could just be the camera. Of course, I'm not looking at mine with a camera, right? That's tough. That might not be a 7. That might not be a 7. Let's see. Can we find a 7.0? 425, 500, something. Wendigo just farted. 7.0 at 310. I mean, if it's between here, if it's 450, the only thing is I'm worried that it's not actually a 7.0. But if it's not actually a 7.0 graded, it's not a 7.0 raw either, so I'm wrong there too. 7.0 450. That's what I had there. So seems about right. So we'll call it 450. And that would also be consumer. That's under the 400. Again, something that old seems like it probably just should be graded no matter what. That's how I feel anyway. It's the feelings. Like I said, part feeling, part numbers, part feelings. Next, X-Men number 19, first appearance of the Mimic. I love the Mimic. If you watch the video of the stuff I got from the Heritage auction, I got the first appearance of Amazo. I mentioned the Mimic. I like villains that are villains of a team where the single villain has all the powers of the team. I think is a fun idea, which both Amazo and the Mimic do. It's also a really short book. It is stapled a little crooked. You can see the eye of Is there is completely cut off, just because it's a bad fold. But I mean, that's what you got in the '60s. But yeah, I have this at a 7.0, and I think that's fairly fair. So we'll just change that here. 220, 160, 120. So 160 seems to be sort of in the middle there. We'll call that 160 from eBay. Go collect. $160. Ha! Ha! Did it. And no. 27. Wait. Yeah. 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 27. Consumer. Nice. All right. Just 2 books left. The combo. I did good with my last combo. All right, I did the Amazing Spidey 121 and 122. So here we have X-Men 141 and 142, the Days of Future Past story. My number 141 is in quite a bit better condition than the 142, which is good. That's the one you'd rather have in better condition. I have it at a 9.2. Oops, 41. All right, extra 1 is important. 143, 140, 100, 100, 140, call it 130, call it good. And go collect. $120. So we'll call it 125 down the middle. That will be $16. Yeah, that's. I think having both of these together slabbed, just like the ASM 121 and 122, is just going to be really sharp, really sharp. Then the next one, the last one, X-Men 142, second part of Days of Future Past. Great classic cover. Wolverine getting blasted by the Sentinel. Good stuff. Not as good as the other issue. A lot of ink. A lot of printer's ink. Down the side here. So I put it at a 1. Actually, not a 1. At an 8. I hope it's not a 1. 70. 70. Wow, there's a good. First Nimrod. I don't think that's the first Nimrod. No, that's not the first Nimrod. First Nimrod is. I don't know. I have it, but it's not this one. What is the first Nimrod? 191. Why would you say the first Nimrod? It doesn't say the first Nimrod. You're crazy. You're like 50 issues off. All right. Anyway, so 70, 70, 40, 65. I'll say 60, which isn't a lot more than what it currently is. And that will be 16. Yeah, the thing is, if I get this graded, which I certainly am, like you're gonna get both of them, right? Like I can't grade one and not the other. They just look too good together. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. All right. So let's see. Did I miss any? I might need to go back and reevaluate some of this stuff, like this mimic. Like, if it's a 6, is that okay? You know, these are all like guesses and whatnot. So for some of these other ones, I mean, yeah, I mean that I'd probably grade that no matter what, just because it is that old. So. I don't know. I might when it gets closer to actually sending stuff in, I might review my pre-screen criteria. But right now, I'm looking for let's see, cost to grade everything is $756. That will increase the value $1,712. I mean, that's a net increase of almost $1,000. All right, so the increase of my comic collection as a whole will increase by $1,700, and that will be $956 basically profit, I guess. That sum doesn't make any sense. What it doesn't matter. This is 34 total books, and I doubt that that's a lot. That's a lot to send in at once. We'll have to see. I don't know if CBCS has any restrictions on pre-screening. I know CGC does. Like you can't do a pre-screen unless you send in at least 25 books or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think CBCS has that. I might have to identify, which one of these are higher priority. I mean, some of them certainly are. I think the two amazing, the first 3 Amazing Spider-Mans are kind of priority. And some of those are just the other black costume. Some can probably wait. I want that signature verified, so I'll price it then in. I don't know. I'll have to put the X's and the numbers and see. Because, I mean, even if I am increasing the value this much, and that's this much in profit, $206 is a lot to drop at one time. It's a lot to drop at one time. And this is the thing that doesn't change, right? Everything else around here is estimates. This could be low. This could be low. This is exactly right. No matter what, or I said this could be high, it could be lower. This could be high, it could be lower. This is right. I am going to have to spend $756 to get these all graded. Whether or not this is correct. That's the thing. Right? If I'm way off on these numbers, if this is actually way lower, then this percentage right now is I'm increasing the value of these books overall by 46%. We'll say 50%, which is good. But this is There's no that number is guaranteed. Anyway, I mean that's pretty much it. That's what I got. That is my process. It's nothing terribly extreme or difficult to do. Coming up with this spreadsheet isn't difficult. A couple of simple formulas in here. You don't have to be a Excel master. You have your, just a sum, one cell minus another cell, one cell minus another cell, one cell divided by one. That's nothing. The only tricky part is dealing with the x's. Well, that's not bad either, because there's instead of doing a regular sum, you do a sum if. So if this x value is within the corresponding cell that's next to it, so I want to sum up M2. I want to sum M2 through M41, but only those that have an X in their corresponding cell. Otherwise, ignore it, and just have that for sort of all of these has that sum if. But that's it. It's not a tricky spreadsheet, but it helps to make those sorts of decisions. So. But anyway, that's it. I appreciate anyone who's here hanging out to come see the stream. And as expected, not a whole lot of people showed up. The surprise is super interesting, just hearing me ramble about numbers and stuff. But like I said, I was going to be doing it anyway. Might as well flip the camera on. Not that big of a deal. So anyway, that's it. I hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Later.